GB News chaos as show vanishes from air before host forced to issue apology. GB News presenters Ann Diamond and Stephen Dixon were forced to apologize after the program was pulled off air on Sunday. GB News host Ann Diamond was forced to issue an apology following a major technical mishap that disrupted the program. The duo had been discussing the government's fresh proposals to impose prison sentences on anyone caught facilitating migrant channel crossings. The presenters started reading viewer feedback regarding the new measures, with one comment stating, "The moment anybody gets 5 years for selling illegal documents to immigrants, I will eat my hat." Ann, 70, who was co-hosting alongside Stephen Dixon on Sunday, quipped that they would be ready to witness this before the broadcast suddenly went dark. Whilst the news ticker kept running along the screen's bottom, both hosts had vanished from view, reports The Express. A compilation reel started playing, featuring footage of Cameron Walker discussing Queen Elizabeth's memorial at St. James's Park from June. This was succeeded by Eamon Holmes and Ellie Costello's conversation with British expatriate David Mason, who sustained serious injuries when a missile struck approximately 25 feet from his location in Haifa, Israel during June. Archive material from earlier GB News programs kept broadcasting for roughly 13 minutes before Stephen and Ann eventually reappeared. Ann admitted they were completely unaware of what triggered the technical malfunction but acknowledged they had fallen off air. Stephen, 51, remarked, "It's technology which has just gone slightly potty." Ann responded, "I don't think, as many people have been saying, it's a political conspiracy, but we'll keep an eye on that just in case." The hosts managed to keep their spirits high amidst the technical glitches, with Ann sharing that Stephen and Amon Bogle had been engaging in a variety of discussions. "You ought to hear what they've been talking about, mobile phones and the very latest technologies, whether if something folds twice is enough or whether something folds 3 times, she joked. Acknowledging that their usual conversation revolves around politics, Stephen confessed he relished the opportunity to connect with his company host on a different level. "It's been really interesting to get to know you on a different plane of existence," Stephen expressed. "I like you all the more." Ann extended an apology to the audience for the technical mishap, stating, "If you have been kicking your television and wondering what the heck is going on, we do apologize. For some reason we fell off air and we don't know why." Eamon Holmes feared he was banned from X for praising GB News. Eamon Holmes was baffled after receiving a message that told him his ex would be suspended in 24 hours for violating X rules. This left the GB News host baffled, as the only thing he had posted since July 14 when he wrote an uncontroversial message saying it was hot, was that he had praised GB News as new figures had showed it had some encouraging audience figures. He then asked, "Is this legit? And if so, why? For thanking you guys for watching and listening to GB News. Advice welcome." However, his followers were quick to point out that the message was not exactly legitimate looking. From grammatical errors in the first few words, "your account will been suspended," to random letter capitalizations, "the X rules," and bizarre accusations, inauthentic behavior. The final proof, though, if it were needed, was that the message came from an email from Davey, with users pointing out that not only does X not send emails from people, but also all communication is done via the app. So there's no need to make an appeal to Elon Musk. It appears Holmes is free to continue commenting on temperatures and GB News. Which will no doubt come as a relief to him, if not the rest of us.